Welcome to Sunlight Entertainment. Please subscribe to my channel to keep receiving wonderful videos. Thanks. This is Top 10 Real People You Never Seen Until Now. Victoria Wright. Victoria was about 4 years old when the first signs of cherubism appeared. My mum was brushing my teeth and she noticed they weren't in the right place. Cherubism, named after the chubby-cheeked, angelic figures in Renaissance art, runs in Victoria's family, although in a much milder form. It was thought that Victoria's condition would regress after puberty, but it didn't. Instead, her jaw grew larger and it began affecting her eyes. She had surgery to relieve the pressure on her eyes, which saved her eyesight, but she still suffers from headaches due to her impaired vision. Cherubism isn't a painless condition, she says. I do get twinges of pain. My head is very heavy. Doctors say it's as heavy as a bowling ball. Jian Hongjian. A 4-year-old Jian Hongjian had both of her legs amputated after getting into an accident in 2000 where she nearly lost her life. Her family were extremely impoverished. With the help and support of donations, she was given the chance to travel more than 1,600 miles to Beijing and be fitted with her first pair of legs. She returned to Yunnan where she was encouraged to join South of the Cloud, a local swim team for people with disability and one of the first of its kind in China. She revealed in an interview with China Daily, "It seemed there was no way I could float in the water. I always choked." In 2009, Jian made headlines again by winning 1 gold medal and 2 silver medals in the Chinese National Paralympics swimming competition. She harvested another 3 silver medals in the same national competition in the following year. In 2011, just ahead of the Paralympic qualifiers, Jian Hongjian's grandfather died. She managed to win a bronze medal in the race, but it wasn't enough to get her on the team. Feeling dejected, she avoided the public eye for a while and returned home, where her younger brothers welcomed her like a hero. Nick Vujicic. Imagine getting through your busy day without hands or legs. Picture your life without the ability to walk, care for your basic needs, or even embrace those you love. Meet Nicholas Vujicic, pronounced Vujicic. Without any medical explanation or warning, Nick was born in 1982 in Melbourne, Australia, without arms and legs. 3 sonograms failed to reveal complications. And yet, the Vujicic family was destined to cope with both the challenge and blessing of raising a son who refused to allow his physical condition to limit his lifestyle. If just one more person finds eternal life in Jesus Christ, it is all worth it. You can help me spread this message today. Mohammed Khayyam. Life has never been easy for Mohammed Khayyam. Born with a rare version of gigantism, the boy's hands grew to an astonishing size, ultimately weighing 28 pounds by the time Khayyam turned 8. This weight, coupled with palms measuring 13 inches in length, earned the boy the title of biggest hands in the world. Unfortunately, Mohammed's gigantism earned him other titles and nicknames, including one from his neighbors in the village. Declaring that his large hands were the result of his parents' wrongdoings, Khayyam was labeled a devil child and made into a social outcast. This hatred came not just from random villagers, but also from his uncle and younger children in his family. As the boy grew, the staggering increase in the size of his hands limited him from being able to do his chores, bathe himself, or even put on his own clothes. He was also denied entry into the local school after the administrator said Khayyam's hands would frighten the other children. Mandy Sellers. A woman who had one of her 5 stone legs amputated was horrified when it began to grow back at great speed. Mandy Sellers, of Accrington, Lancashire, suffers from a rare condition in which she has gigantic feet and legs but a slim, size 12 body. The 36-year-old was told by doctors that her left leg was infected with septicemia and could kill her if it was not cut off. A woman who had one of her 5 stone legs amputated was horrified when it began to grow back at great speed. Mandy Sellers, of Accrington, Lancashire, suffers from a rare condition in which she has gigantic feet and legs but a slim, size 12 body. The 36-year-old was told by doctors that her left leg was infected with septicemia and could kill her if it was not cut off. Almost straight away the stump began increasing in circumference and I was finding it harder to fit inside my prosthetic leg. Then the stump got so heavy that it nearly broke the prosthetic leg. Juliana Wetmore. Juliana Wetmore had a rocky start coming into this world. Her mom Tammy had a rough delivery and didn't get see Juliana right away. So Tom Wetmore took a picture of their infant daughter to prepare his wife for Juliana's shocking appearance. "Where is she? Where's her face?" whispered Tammy. Juliana Wetmore was born missing nearly 40% of the bones in her face. She has a genetic condition called Treacher-Collins syndrome. And this rare disease affects the bone formed in the head and can cause breathing, hearing, and eating problems. Juliana's parents quickly decided that their daughter was born different for a reason. But sadly, not everyone was as understanding of her condition. One internet bully went so far as to say that Juliana should have been euthanized. Now 13 years old, Juliana has already had 45 surgeries and will still need more. She's a very smart and artistic child who happily signs with her friends at school. Jonathan Pitre. He's not completely out of the woods yet, but for the first time, Jonathan Pitre may be looking at a future free from severe pain. The 16-year-old Ottawa resident got the news he and his family had been waiting for on Tuesday as white blood cells belonging to his mother began appearing in his body. It's been a long last few days. Last few weeks. Last few months. But today we have good news. Pitre suffers from epidermolysis bullosa, EB, a rare but debilitating condition that makes his skin extremely fragile and prone to blistering. The bath and bandage change that he needed every 2 days took 3 to 4 hours to complete and would leave him exhausted. Last fall, Pitre and his mother, Tina Boileau, traveled to Minnesota to try their luck with a dangerous and agonizing but potentially life-altering treatment. Deepak Paswan. Deepak Paswan, 7, was born in one of the least developed parts of India with a parasitic twin conjoined to his abdomen, which meant he had 4 legs and 4 arms but 1 head. An Indian boy with 8 limbs whose veneration as a god propelled him into the public spotlight has been operated on to give him the chance of a normal life. Deepak Kumar Paswan, 6, is seen at Fortis Hospital in Bangalore before surgery. Hindu pilgrims from the area near his village in the northern state of Bihar used to visit the household to worship him as an incarnation of the god Vishnu, who is often depicted with more than 4 limbs. The Fortis Hospital in Bangalore said a team of 15 doctors worked on Deepak's case and after months of consultations went ahead with the complicated surgery and it was successful. Claudio Vieira de Oliveira. He was born with an upside-down head, severely deformed limbs and his mother was told by doctors she should allow him to die. But Claudio Vieira de Oliveira has defied the odds so much that he now has written a book about his life after reaching the age of 40. Mr. Oliveira from Monte Santo in Brazil, was born with arthrogryposis, a rare condition that fuses his joints together, which left him with his head upside down and facing the wrong way. But after learning he could use a pen in his mouth to type words and even his lips to use a mouse or a phone, he came up with ways of overcoming his difficulties. He even went on to qualify as an accountant and gives inspirational speeches at special events. And now Mr. Oliveira has publishes his first book, called El Mundo Está a Contramano, The World is the Wrong Way Around, which was launched at the Art Museum of the city of São Paulo, in the southeastern Brazilian. Bobby Martin. Bobby Martin is a one-of-a-kind football player. He plays full contact without any legs. Bobby was born with a condition called caudal regression, so he has never had any legs. That didn't stop him from playing one of the most physical sports in the world. Bobby was a star defensive player on his high school football team and he even got to play some football in college and the NFL. Bobby has lived his whole life with a positive attitude, and went after his dreams of being a professional football player despite having no legs. He runs by hopping around the football field with his arms and he's good at tackling players because he's so low to the ground. Bobby ended up playing his whole high school career on the football team. He has run into battles with referees and league officials who have tried to keep him from playing the game, but in the end, he has always persevered to get to play despite what the rules say. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. See you soon.